I caught my cheating wife lying to my face. So I set a trap. The moment I saw the text flash on Lisa's phone, "Meet me tonight, usual spot," I knew something was off. She'd been distant for weeks, blaming late nights on work stress. But that message, from an unsaved number, lit a fire in my gut. When I asked her about it, she smiled, kissed my cheek, and said, "Oh, just a coworker planning a surprise for the boss." Her eyes didn't meet mine. That's when I caught it. The lie. Smooth as silk, right to my face. I didn't confront her. Not yet. Instead, I nodded, played the trusting husband, and let her think she'd won. But inside, I was already setting the trap. The next evening, she dolled up, new perfume, heels she hadn't worn in years, and told me she was grabbing drinks with the girls. I smiled, wished her fun, and waited 10 minutes after she left. Then I grabbed my keys and followed. Her car wasn't at the bar she'd named. It was parked outside a sleazy motel on the edge of town. My chest tightened as I watched her slip into room 12, the curtains drawn tight. I could have stormed in, but I needed proof, something she couldn't twist. So I called my buddy Mike, a PI with a knack for discreet photos, and told him to get there fast. While Mike set up across the street, I dialed Lisa's phone. "Hey, hun," I said, keeping my voice light. "How's girls' night?" She laughed, too quick, too bright. "Oh, just gossip and wine. Might be late. Don't wait up." I heard a muffled voice in the background, a man's low chuckle. My grip tightened on the phone. "Sounds fun," I said. "Say hi to the girls for me." She promised she would and hung up. I smirked. The trap was closing. An hour later, Mike texted me a dozen photos. Lisa and her coworker, a guy I recognized from her office Christmas party, kissing in the motel doorway, laughing as they stumbled inside. Crystal clear, time-stamped, undeniable. The next morning, she waltzed in, all smiles, with a fake story about a wild night out. I let her talk, sipping my coffee, until she finished. Then I slid the photos across the kitchen table. Her face drained of color, her mouth opening and closing like a fish out of water. "Surprise," I said, voice cold. "I guess the girls grew beards since last night." She stammered, tried to spin it. Work stress, a mistake, a one-time thing. I didn't care. I'd already called a lawyer, packed her suitcase, and changed the locks. "Get out," I told her, pointing to the door. She begged, cried, but I was done. As she drove off, I felt the weight lift. The trap hadn't just caught her, it had freed me.